सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र स्त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतम् पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। Uddhava Gita, 14th chapter in this Ramakrishna Mission book and 19th chapter in original Bhagavatam. Verse number 41. श्रीर्गुणानैरपेक्षाद्याः सुखं दुःखसुखात्ययः दुःखं कामसुखापेक्ष पंडितो बन्धमोक्षवित्। Lord Krishna continuing the answer to Uddhava in the form of giving a lot of disciplines which are to be implemented and which are not to be implemented for the sake of moksha, final purushartha, that is liberation. Liberation is that where a person is free from ashanti, where a person is free from ignorance. Ignorance caused ashanti or insecurity or unhappiness. Once liberation is attained, person is really enjoying the real ananda. That is the culmination of human life. For that, Uddhava asked how to attain this Advaita Jnanam. What are the steps to be followed? As Bhishmacharya said, Lord Krishna enumerating here continuation of those disciplines. In this 41st verse, I introduced Gunaha, Nairapekshadyaha Gunaha Shrihi. Normally Shrihi means wealth. Here Lord Krishna is giving a separate meaning. Anapeksha, Nairapeksha, not having any slavery. Apeksha means slavery. Always expecting something from others. Apekshadyaha, etc. Expecting something from others or depending upon sense objects for the sake of internal happiness or peace, where we don't get it all, that itself is a bhranti. When person can come out of that bhranti, he or she only knows. Nobody can say. Bhagavan only knows. That person only knows. Apeksha, expectation towards care, love, sympathy from others, and slavery towards material objects, depending upon them too much for happiness. And that happiness is like a mirage water. It can never come from that. That is really not depending upon them, not having any slavery towards anything mentally, manasikama. Emotional leaning is alone is samsara. Physically, you have to depend upon others. Everyone has to depend physically. We need food, we need water, we need so many things for physical support, including sannyasi, jnani also. But where you can avoid slavery at mental level, emotional level, you can avoid that slavery, apeksha, expectation. Therefore, jnani is one who is not having any apeksha. Like that, we have to imitate a jnani. An ajnani has to imitate a jnani. Real wealth is depending upon myself without any expectation mentally. That is real wealth. Not only money, gold and all, this is real wealth. Then next one I said, sukham is what? Real sukham, pleasure, real ananda, real happiness. Dukkha sukha atyayaha, going beyond sukha and dukkha. That means our life is full of pleasures and pains, from body or from outside, from family. We get sometimes pleasure, sometimes pain, sometimes favorable experience, sometimes unfavorable experience. When these are all coming, Shastra says these are all you are experiencing because of your punya papa prarabdha. You experience sukha out of punya prarabdha. You experience pain because of papa prarabdha. So prarabdha is bound to be there. No one can escape. Even Rama could not escape. Krishna could not escape. Nala, Yudhishthira, all great people, even Bhishma Acharya could not escape. So prarabdha is everyone has to exhaust. Then what is the advice for us here? When prarabdha is giving like this pleasure and pain, how can I manage? Shastra says never allow this prarabdha to obstruct your spiritual pursuit. Every day your pleasure and pain when you are undergoing, let them not disturb your spiritual journey. May you not allow them to come and disturb your class. They are bound to be there. Some people say after solving all my family problems, after solving all my family responsibilities, I will start my spiritual journey or scriptural study, going to Swamiji, Swamini's classes. Never happen. Solving all responsibilities, problems and all never happen completely. It is like saying after all waves subsides in the ocean or in the river, I will take bath. When all waves subside, I will take bath. Waiting. How long you wait? Lifelong you have to wait. Because waves never subside. When waves are small, little, they are not much attacking you, at that time take dip and come out. Like that, when we have a favorable situations itself, at that time make more and more sadhana, study of scriptures. At that time we don't bother about scriptural study. But when people normally they come to the Shastra, means at the fag end of life, or any problems comes in the family, to the body, they come to Shastra, normal. But intelligent people are those people, when everything is fine, they put their effort for Shastra Jnanam. Therefore, going beyond Sukha Dukkha means what? These are all bound to be there. Let them not come and obstruct my sadhana, my spiritual journey, scriptural study. Next line, second line, Dukkham Kama Sukhapeksha. What is Sukham is said. Going beyond Sukha Dukkha is called real Sukham. Never enumerate or never list out your pains, your pleasures to others. Too much of talking about pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain. Why so much obsessed? Why you are giving so much of importance to them? Don't give. That is called going beyond. Atyayaha means going beyond. What is dukkham? What do you mean by sorrow? Sorrow is nothing but kama sukha apeksha. Apeksha means desire. Kama sukha means here sense pleasures, desire for sense pleasures. Any sense pleasure, if you want to get, you have to depend upon other object or person. Any pleasure you want to get, you have to depend upon a person or an object. That's why sarvam paravasham, it is under others' control. My happiness is depending upon the other person's love towards me. That is paravasham. It is not in your hand, because your happiness is waiting for other person's love or other person's compassion, other person's empathy or sympathy. You are expecting that pleasure from others or forgiveness or something else, whatever you desire from others you expect, it is paravasham. It is under their control, not in your control. It is their arena. It is not in your arena. Sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham. There is a sloka. Whatever is under others' control and others, what you can call others' zone, that is always dukkham karanam. Sarvam atmavasham sukham. Whatever is in your range, in your arena, it is sukha karanam. Etat samasena, etat vidya samasena. May you understand this. Sarvam paravasham sukham, sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham. Etat vidya samasena. Lakshanam sukha dukkhayoho. This is the lakshanam of sukha and dukkha. Sarvam atmavasham sukham is the lakshanam of sukham. Sarvam paravasham dukkham is the lakshanam of dukkham. May you understand. Kama sukha apeksha dukkham. We use this word and we listen this word and we understand this word, but when we put into practice, normally people fail. Kama sukham. To fulfill their desires. Until I fulfill my desire, I cannot sleep. As Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangas sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhijayate. In second chapter, people always do dhyanam, meditation. What real meditation? Putra dhyanam, putri dhyanam, griha dhyanam, kar dhyanam. Vastra Dhyanam, Chappal Dhyanam, Gold Dhyanam, every Dhyanam they do. Continuous absorption upon those objects until they get desire. This is called Kama. That is that Sukha. To fulfill that desire, and I want to get Sukham from that object, that itself is called Dukkham. Arjane Dukkham, Rakshane Dukkham, Vyaye Dukkham, Kimartham Dukkha Bhajanam. So to earn money is also a strugglesome, and to protect money, strugglesome, and to when you spend, pain. Again, all these are dukkhamayam. This is over. Now, 30th and 31st verse, Uddhava asked. All these are going to be answered. Who is Panditaha? Uddhava asked. Hey Uddhava, Pandita is one, Bandha Mokshavit, the knower of what is Bandha, bondage, what is Moksha, the one who knows. He is known as Panditaha. Normally Panditaha na Vidwan, a scholarly person we say. However much he is scholarly person, having double degree, double MA, gold medal, lot of achievements are there. Saying gold medalist, manager of the company, proprietor of the company, shares are there in that company, and so much. Nowadays that is called Vidwan. Nobody is around Vidwan you can find. The parents are proud of their children's abilities. Vidwan, Vidwan, Vidwan. My son or my daughter qualified. So and so degree from so and so Cambridge University. And lot of dreams parents have. My son should study from IIT, NIT. So many places they have in their mind. They do lot of dhyanam on that. When the son or daughter is in 8th standard, 7th standard itself, they imagine the college, that which university they have to study and how they have to come out. All they imagine so much. That is not here Vidwan. Panditaha means not a Vidwan, a scholarly person, but the one who knows what is real bondage in my life, which binds me, and what is real freedom. Whoever knows, that person is called Panditaha. So Lord Krishna's definitions or Bhishmacharya definitions are the real philosophical definitions, advanced definitions. I said all previous definitions, whatever they have given, only for mediocre people. They are only for mediocre students. But Krishna or Bhishmacharya's answers for these disciplines when they are giving, they are all very, very refined person only can grasp and practice also. Next shloka I will read. Murkho dehadyaham buddhihi pantha mannigama smrutah satpadhaschittavikshepah utpadhaschittavikshepah swargasattvagunodayah. Very nice sloka. Who is Murkha? Normally people use the word Murkha. He is very Murkha. Who is real Murkha? If you listen the answer from Krishna, you understand all are Murkhas except Jnani. What he says, Dehadi aham buddhi. The one who has got abhimana, identity. Buddhi means identity, thinking like that thought pattern, entertaining that pattern that I am body, I am mind, I am this alone, thinking like that. Deha, Adipadat, sense organs, eye care, tooth care, hair care, nail care, skin care, what not. So much of abhimana from. That's why beauty parlors are thriving, spas are thriving, gyms are thriving, everything body, body, body. So body oriented people, and morning till night they do lot of seva to this body. Too much of pampering the body. That is why one person who sees that physical body only, appearance only, a gross-minded person. A gross-minded person sees only physical body. How is the hair, how is the skin, how much the height, weight, all these only they focus on that. The most grossest mind that is. Little bit subtle and thinking about that mind, that person's swabhava, how he is talking, looking at other person's emotions and thinking other person's words, thoughts, just observing that person, little subtle enough. Some people, they look at that person so intelligent, they never bother about outer appearance. Some people bother about that person's intelligence. He is so intelligent, he is so sharp. That means this person who is thinking that way is a little bit subtler thinking person. Some people go beyond that also. How noble this person is, how great this person is, how many virtues are there in this person, and how knowledgeable in the highest spiritual knowledge. Whoever sees that, they are the most subtlest, refined people. Normally we say any person, how are you? They only look at the body and are you not feeling well? Are you not well? Like this only they talk. You are looking thin now, you are becoming looking black. Previously you were so fair and your hair is so long. Now what? This is only they talk. Either dress or skin or hair or nails, they talk only this much. That means what? Not at all. And prakrita purushaha ityarthaha. They are called murkhaha. Krishna's language. Murkhaha means unintelligent person who has a body, mind, attachment, aham buddhi, I am that. The more you talk about body, mind complex means you have deha buddhi, mano buddhi and artham. The less you talk about body, mind, you are thinking more subtler things and artham. The next one, what is pantha? Pantha, right path. What is way of life? Here pantha means way of life. Man nigamaha smrutaha. He Uddhava, man nigamaha pantha iti smrtaha. Pantha means right way of life. Shreyo margaha. Shreyo margaha, right way of life. Man nigamaha means here my teaching. Nitaram gamayati. Shreyo marge. That which takes the person to that Shreyo Marga or Moksha Marga or Ishvara Swarupa Jnanartham Man Nigamaha. That is said as Smrtaha. It is said as real right way of life. Vaidika Margaha, Shreyo Margaha. We keep the name Shreyas. Father doesn't know what is Shreyas, mother also doesn't know what is Shreyas, and of course child doesn't know Shreyas also. Many names we keep, we do not know what is the meaning, and are we making the child to live up to that extent? That is why mother, father can give naming ceremony, they do that, and give physical body only. But that jiva coming with his or her own swabhava, purva janma vasanas. But you cannot live, even though they are born with their own swabhava, the mother, father have to keep the child, they have to cultivate the child into Shreyo Marga. Say a toughest task. But that is what Madalasa did. Madalasa, the exemplary mother, Vivekananda's mother, Bhuvaneshwari Devi, Jijabai, Shivaji's mother, and what about Leelavati when Prahlada was in her womb? She was hearing about Vishnu stories and she served Narada so much. And by serving to Mahatmas, serving to God, when the children are growing in the womb itself, children definitely get the divine qualities. Now, mothers are, when they are pregnant, they are, previously they used to read Ramayana, Bharatam and Puja, lot of Vishnu Sahasranama, Japa and all they used to do. But nowadays, in a pregnant woman, they are seeing the serials. Serials, children also will become serious tomorrow. When they are going to born, they are going give birth to the children who are serious for everything. I'm going aside. Okay, come to the point. What is that pantha? Man nigamaha smritaha. Listening to my teaching and living up to my teaching and coming to me, the Bhagavan, real Swarupam. That is called real right way of life. Then what is opposite? Second line, Utpathas chitta vikshepaha. Utpatha means wrong path. Wrong path is a conflict in the mind. Chitta vikshepaha means conflict in the mind, always a disturbed mind, puzzled mind, vacillating mind, or fearful mind, insecure mind, unhappy mind, castor oil face. Okay, castor oil face comes because gloomy, mind is gloomy, face looks like that. So utpataha means here wrong path. Patha means path. Utpatha means wrong path, and pantha means right path, above line. So utpatha, wrong path, is prayo marga. Materialism to materialism, going to matter to more matter, anatma, more anatma, more anatma. That is why encouraging children more and more to establish in their life. Stand on your feet. Stand on your feet. They are already standing on their feet only. How what we are inculcating is important. So parents have the top spiritual priorities. They can guide the children in a with right priorities. If parents don't have, how they can guide the children? So what outcome will come tomorrow? That is why if we are not having this much depth of spirituality, means our parents have not given, because they were ignorant. That's why whatever they have knowledge, we have got. And whatever we have got, we are going to give tomorrow's children. Unless we develop and we grow, then only we can give to our children and grandchildren. That's why learning is the most important thing. Learning, learning, learning. But this people, wrong path people, are prayo marga. What is shreyo marga? Matter to spirit. Travel from matter. You need not drop totally, but make use of it and throw it. Use and throw. Body, mind, house, everything, every relation is use and throw. Bhagavan has given to you to use and grow, mature, grow gracefully, and go out of it. That is mental maturity. That is important. Then what is Swargaha? Uddhava asked. Hey Bhagavan, what do you mean by heaven? Heaven is nothing but Sattva Gunodaya. Normally we think heaven means where Indra is sitting, Rambha, Urosi, Menaka, Tilottama are there, and always drinking Amrutam in Swarga. So they are always young. We are thinking that is not the meaning really. Here that Swarga is there. Pleasures in different lokas, higher lokas. There are there, Swarga, Brahmaloka, Swargaloka, etc. are there. But real Swarga, according to Krishna, is here in this context the rise of increase of Sattva Guna. Our care of our 14th chapter, Sunday class, Gita Bhashyam, we are seeing that only. Sattva Guna Udayaha, increase of Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is that which helps us to grow spiritually. It helps you to learn, to get knowledge, Sattva Guna. Therefore, Sattva Guna Udayaha, he, what is that real Swargaha? Real Swarga, not that Indra Loka Swarga. Our Swargam is what? You are a sattvic person, you are enjoying this heavenly pleasures. That is the idea. Very interesting. Next page, sloka number 43. Narakastama unnaham bandha gururaham sakhem griham shariram manushyam gunadhyo adhya uchyate. Swarga over, then what comes next? After Swarga, Naraka. Tell me, what is Naraka? What is hell? Hell is nothing but Tama Unnaha, opposite to Sattva Guna. Once Sattva Guna is predominant, that is Swargam really. Opposite to Sattva Guna is Tamo Guna. So Tamo Guna, Unnaha, predominance. Unnaha means predominance, increase of Tamo Guna. That also we are seeing elaborately. Tamo Guna is the cause for Naraka. Vishadi Dirgha Sutri cha, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So tamasic people are always not interested in learning. They are always lazy, and they are, day before yesterday only we saw this sloka. So I need not explain much elaborately. Already we are seeing, we are going to see much more. So Tamo Guna, little bit is there, okay. You need sleep, Tamo Guna is useful. But it is predominant means dangerous. That person is not fit for spiritual or scriptural study. Tamo Guna Unnaha eva Narakaha. Naraka and Punnama Narakam, people talk this type of Narakam and Engyo ille Naraka ingeda irkappa. Tamo Guna irka, Narakam kattayama irukum anardham. Then, he Sakhe, he is addressing Uddhava. Hey Uddhava, my dear friend, Bandhu, who is a relative? Who is your real relative? And Bandhu, and Aham Guruhu Bandhu. Adi Guru. I am that first Guru, real Bandhu, real relative is myself, who is Adi Guru. Ahameva. Guruhu Aham Bandhuhu. The next line, Griham Shariram. But Uddhava asked, hey Krishna, tell me what is Griham? What is house? He is asking. What is house? House? Why to ask that question, Anna? Oh, real house is this. Shariram, Manushyam Shariram. Human body is the real Griham. We are in the house of house. House, house. Body is a house. This body is in this house. So this body, Manushyam Shariram, why Bhagavan said, all any Shariram, birds are having Shariram, animals are having Shariram, all insects are having Shariram, but they cannot claim they are that body. But human being, Manushya only has got willpower, and he can make his life, he can mar his life. Uddhared Atmanatmanam, Bhagavan said, one can uplift oneself by oneself. No animal can do that. No bird can do that. Okay? And only human being. That's why Manushyam Sariram, human body alone is the best tool, best sadhanam for claiming moksha. Aham Brahma Asmi. Wonderful. Otherwise, people say, if I born as a tree is nice, it is don't have any sorrow, problems and all. Why I am born like a human being? Many people say, when they have some troubles and problems and all, why I am born as a human being? இந்த காட்டில் பிறந்திருக்கலாமே, எங்கேயோ காட்டில் ஆகணும். What an unfortunate thing. With a great punya, you have taken this birth. By giving punya currency, you have got somehow durlabham manushya janma you have got. After getting such a dialogue you are using, and how unintelligent people. Animals are better, that dog, pet dog is better. Like that people think. Unfortunate. Therefore, real griham is this shariram. Deho devalayah proktaha jivo devas sanatanaha त्यजेद अज्ञान निर्माल्यम सोहम भावेन पूजयेत deham devalayam. So this body so precious, and take care of it until you get moksha, then leave it to Bhagavan. Prarabdhaya samarpitam vapuhu. Bhagavan, I have understood this purpose of this human body. Fortunate. So you are all fortunate, coming to Shastra and listening this Bhagavad Gita. What a great fortune. The next one. Adhyaha kaha, he asked. Who is a rich person? இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தெரியுமே சுவாமினி, எதுக்கு இதெல்லாம் தனி separate answer, specific answer, you see significance here. Adhyaha means rich person. Rich person சொன்னானே நமக்கு அந்த பிர்லா, டாட்டா, Bill Gates எல்லாம் வருவா. பேப்பரில் they put third richest person, fourth richest person, first richest person, like that they give the number. And our children are very happy to read that. Richest person. What car he is having? Modern car, one car is 10 crores. 10 crores of car. Oh my God, 10 crores? That luxury, so much they have, they are enjoying, in a rich person. Now Shastra says, no, he is not a rich person. Gunadhyaha, the one who is rich in his virtues. Daivi sampat. Care of Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter. The one who is wealthy in virtues. He is the most richest person. We are all worshipping Krishna. We love Krishna. People say, I love Krishna Swamini so much. One lady told me like that, I am a Krishna Bhakta. I love Krishna, Krishna, Krishna all the time. Tell them this word. If you are a Krishna Bhakta, listen to Krishna word. What Krishna said. Guna adhyaha, eva adhyaha. The one who has got all virtues, that person only the richest person. That is the real bhakti. Once you listen to the words of Krishna and give importance to them and significance, understand, and you implement in your life at least minimum extent, you are the real Krishna Bhakta. Okay, that is what Krishna is expecting from us, not me. Next verse. With this he is going to complete. I hope I will finish today. All are very simple, but significant meaning we are seeing. That's all. Not anything new for us here. Daridro yastva santushtaha krupano yojitendriyaha guneshva saktadhirishaha gunasango viparyayaha. The more you listen to read, you feel like to listen more and more. All different meanings. Daridraha kaha? Uddhava asked. Hey Uddhava, Daridraha means a beggar, a pauper, poor person. Daridraha means a poor person. Real poor person is not the person who is lacking money, who is lacking house, not who is lacking a farmhouse. He is not Daridraha. He is not a poor person. Then who is real poor person? Asantushtaha. Yaha tu asantushtaha. The one who is not having satisfaction at all. Asantushtaha. Tushtaha nasti. Na tushtaha asantushtaha. Trupti eva nasti. Santoshaha eva nasti. Tush dhatu. Santosha, the one who doesn't have santosha at all, however much he is having money, however much pleasures are there, and we think he is so happiest person, and go and interview. Are you happy with all this? And he will tell his Bhagavatam. A lot of insecurity. We are thinking cinema actors and actresses are so enjoying pleasurable life, lot of luxurious life. They cannot move like us outside. They need a lot of security. They hide themselves. That is their problem. What freedom they have got? They don't have any freedom. Rich people are always, bound only. Wealthy, that means money-wise rich people. Iha asantushtaha means however much he is having, he is not happy. Even you ask Miss Universe, are you happy with your beauty? And sometimes you see in the newspapers, Miss Universe and photo photo. Sometimes we wonder how this lady is selected as Miss Universe. What beauty is there? What beauty they see, and height, weight, and all their measures are different. Namma kanakla beauty anna vere. Even African lady also can be a Miss Universe. That Negro lady also can be Miss Universe. Namma kanak Miss Universe different. Namma imagination beauty anna vere. Avanga beauty vere. Namma beauty anna Shakuntala. Dushyanta's wife Shakuntala, Kalidasa gives a description. How beautiful Shakuntala is. No Miss Universe can stand in front of her. Shakuntala was such a beautiful woman. She never had any ornaments. When she was in Kanva Ashrama, she was never have any ornaments. Dushyanta was so attracted to her. My goodness, without ornaments itself, she is looking so beautiful. Real beauty. The real beauty not is the Miss Universe. That is why asantushtaha. Miss Universe is also asantushtaha. And rich person is also asantushtaha. Therefore they are called daridraha. Real poor people. Okay. Then kripanaha kaha. Yaha ajitendriyaha kripanaha. Kripanaha means pity, people pity of that person, unfortunate person. Who is unfortunate person? An unfortunate person means that one who is not having money, qualifications, promotion. We think like that. Kripanaha. No. The one who doesn't have sense control, he is called Kripanaha. He is most unfortunate person. Ajitendriyaha. Jitendriyaha means the one who has conquered his senses. The one who has not conquered his senses, ajitendriyaha, is the one who is kripanaha. Then next line, guneshu saktaha, asaktaha, dhiraha, ishaha, dhirishaha. The one who is not having any attachment, guneshu asangaha yasya saha, that person is called ishaha. Ishaha means master, the Lord, the one who has got asakti means not having any attachment with sense objects, not attached to sense objects. He is known as Lord. Asakta dhihi, whose mind, whose intellect is not attached to sense worldly pleasures, sense objects, worldly pleasures. That person is known as Ishaha. Then Gunasangaha Viparyayaha. What do you mean by Gunasangha? Viparyayaha. Who is slave? Then he is Ishaha. Who is Anishaha? Anishaha means the opposite to Ishaha. The one who is having guna sangha, attachment to words, objects, sense objects, pleasures. You can make use of them, but never obsess. I want. When they are there, enjoy. If they are not there, don't crave for them. Life, any gadget can be a luxury. You can make use of any gadget as a luxury, not a necessity. There is a lot of difference. A thing or a person is very much necessary for me, for my life means that's all. Your life is bound. If any luxury is available, Bhagavan has given a lot of money, richness, everything, enjoy. Nothing wrong in that. Luxury. Life is a luxury. But like every object should not be a necessary for me. It should not be a necessary in my life. If it is not there, my life is miserable. Don't think like that. Everything is available, I enjoy. If not available also, okay, so what? That is called freedom. With this, Lord Krishna concluded all that disciplines what Uddhava asked. Now Lord Krishna consolidating final. Verse 45. Etta uddhavate prashnaah sarve sadhu nirupitaah kim varnitena bahuna lakshanam gunadoshayoh गुणदोषदृशिर्दोषः गुणस्तु भयवर्जितः. Another complicated last conclusion Lord Krishna giving, but Uddhava is going to ask further later in the next chapter. Eta Uddhava means here, hey Uddhava, ete. You have to write ete. It's not printing mistake. Because of Sandhi rule, it is given eta. Who has come later, next letter. That is why eta. But when you split it, ete, te prashnaha, all your questions asked by before slokas, I have answered all of them. Te prashnaha, ete te prashnaha, all these questions asked by you, hey Uddhava, sarve sadhu nirupitaha, all of them clearly answered by me. I have clearly explained, very very clearly explained. Okay, kim varnitena bahuna lakshanam gunadoshayoh. Some of them are virtues, some of them are doshas. I have given both of them. Gunadosha, gunadosha, gunadosha. Virtues and vices I have given. Lakshanam, their definition. Bahuna, kim varnitena. Why to talk so much? Why to talk so much about all of them? What is the use of talking so much? Lord Krishna, after talking everything, he says that. Finally, what he says, what is guna, what is dosha, I will tell you in one line, Uddhava, listen. In one line. இது முன்னாடியே சொல்லக்கூடாது, அப்படி சொல்லாமலே எல்லாம் முடிச்சு இப்படி சொல்றாரு. குணதோஷ திருஷிஹி ஏவ தோஷः. गुणः तु उभयवर्जितः. Appa, my goodness. Okay, dosha is what? Guna is what? Guna means virtue. Let me conclude with guna later. Okay, what is dosha? Really dosha? talking always about this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, go on and on, people morning till night. இது நன்னா இருக்கு, இது நல்லா இல்லை, this is good, this is bad, this is, see, go and on. அந்த மாதிரி பேச்சு, that type of talking itself is a dosha. What is demerit? Demerit is nothing but always talking about merits and demerits is demerit. எப்படி இப்படி சொல்கிறார் என்ன கிருஷ்ணர், கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணுறார் உத்தவர். உத்தவா இஸ் மோர் கன்ஃபியூஸ்டு பை லார்ட் கிருஷ்ணா நவ். ஐ சி ஹியர் மெரிட், டிமெரிட். டிமெரிட்னா தோஷம், dosha, wrong thing. What is wrong thing actually? Always talking about right and wrong, about politics, about budget, about everything, about price, about petrol price, about roads, about this and that, what not. People have a lot of news to talk. That is why this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. Guna dosha, guna dosha. வாய் திறந்தா இதுதான் வரும் நமக்கு. காலையிலேருந்து அம்மா அப்பா ஆல்வேஸ் பெஸ்டரிங் தி சில்ட்ரன், திஸ் இஸ் ரைட், திஸ் இஸ் ராங், திஸ் இஸ் ரைட், திஸ் இஸ் ராங். தட்ஸ் வை சில்ட்ரன் வாண்ட் டு கோ அவே ஃப்ரம் த பேரண்ட்ஸ். அந்த பக்கத்தில் இருந்தால் சும்மா ஆல்வேஸ் கோ ஆன் அண்ட் ஆன் டெல்லிங் சம்திங். And that's people cannot withstand the talking all the time, right and wrong, right and wrong. Too much talking about right and wrong itself is wrong. Don't talk too much about right and wrong. Then what is right? What is guna? Guna is ubhaya varjitaha. Real virtue is that understanding that anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat, as Yamadharmaraja said in Kathopanishad, go beyond right and wrong. That is called right. Okay, I the Atma am beyond right and wrong, guna and dosha. All guna and doshas are at anatma level, vyavaharika level. So the vyavaharika levels, don't be too obsessed with right and wrong too much. Lead a life as much as possible which is harmonious life to yourself and to others also, to society also. Follow certain values to make your life more peaceful. That's all. Don't argue, don't talk too much about guna doshas and all. Otherwise our mind, our energy, lot of time we spend in that, not only talking, and our mind go on hovering over that only. On that person, this person, long back, 10 years back, 20 years back, what happened? See, mind nature is that. It can never forget the person. It can never forgive the person. So, he did like that, he did like that, she did like that. So many things, many times. Either praising all virtues or criticizing, ridiculing, something or other. So, our energy, our time, we waste a lot without our knowledge. That's why a mature person never poke his nose into that discussion or anybody is talking about others. They say nicely, mediocre person and the best person, good, better, best. The best person is one. First, good கூட சொல்லக்கூடாது. Very shallow thinking people always talk about others. A shallow thinking person, if they meet to each other, avanu shallow, ivanu shallow thinking, they never talk about themselves, they talk about others. Shallow thinking people. Mediocre people, they always talk about themselves. They talk about themselves. Either how are you, how are you, how are you, how are you, avladhaan. But the best uttama refined mind people, always they never talk about themselves or they never talk about others. They always think about God and the well-being of entire universe. They never, no, namirvar, namakkorvar, not petty-mindedness. There is no petty-mindedness. That's why higher aspirations and higher attitude and not altitude, higher attitude, aspirations, and to achieve that, always thinking for that, day and night. That is the highest way of life, we can say, right path. Anyhow, this line Uddhava is going to ask again to get clarification. There Lord Krishna himself gives answer, therefore we need not dwell more upon this. This much is sufficient. With this, Lord Krishna conclude that Bhishma Acharya's presentation to Yudhishthira, that Yudhishthira and Bhishma Acharya Samvada, Lord Krishna has given to Uddhava. Through Uddhava, we have received today. So all of us thank to Uddhava. Uddhava is a great bhakta. Great bhakta, na bhaktas list lo he comes. Like Narada, Prahlada, Dhruva, the Uddhava also comes there. Great bhakta. Anyhow, with this 14th chapter is over. In Bhagavata Moolam, 19th chapter is over. We are going to enter 20th chapter according to Moolam. Now, according to this book, we are going to enter the 15th chapter in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.